This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, bring me another cup of water.
Today we're going to continue talking about halachot shiduchim. First of all, Hazak u'Baruch to our dear friend, הגאון הגדול, Baron Volkin. Volkin is putting so much effort in the community, the Bukharian community, for years. He has great Talmidim today, themselves already Talmidei Hachamim. They became Gedaim Na'asut Yashim. They are teaching others. Perot Perotehen u'Perot Perotehen. He's a Talmid Hacham Gadol by himself, and is also coming from a family which they're all Talmidei Hachamim. His father, his grandfather, Zakan Aaron Volkin, one of the Gedolei Poskim. Maran Rabbeinu Ovadia Yosef is calling from his grandfather, from the Zakan Aaron, many times. He's calling him in his Sefarim. So we have a great zchut that Rav Volkin is with us in the Bukharian community. ברוכים הבאים כבוד הרב.
ההלכה אני לא יחלוק, אבל על זה אני יכול לחלוק. אני עבד דקודשא בריך, I'm a simple person.
We'll continue in the laws of shiduchim. I just want to make a short comment. I heard some people saying that we're talking about this halachot because of a specific case or a certain story. I want to say something. Torah is not involved with politics. Is that correct, Rabbi?
100%.
Torah, it's a pure Torah. We're learning here in this shiur, we're learning Torah, not politics. I'm not a politician, Baruch Hashem, Baruch shelo asani politikai. And also, we're not dealing with politics. You know what Reb Chaim Palagi says? Where politics came from? Where is politics came from? You know what he says? At the time of Noah, when Noah built the Teva, Hashem told Noah, Shenayim mikol yavohu elecha el hateva le'achayot itach. Whoever comes to the Teva, they have to come as couples. Shenayim mikol. Zachar u'nkeva. So the sheker came to knock on Noah's door. The sheker wanted to get into the Teva. So Noah said to the sheker, I cannot have you in if you're not going to bring your spouse. Bring your couple, bring your match, and together I can let you in. But as a single, I cannot let singles come into the Teva. So the sheker was looking for a partner. And he found, you know who he found? Hanufa. איך אומרים חנופה באנגלית? Flattery. So the sheker found Hanufa. And he asked the Hanufa, would you like to be my partner? We'll go together to the Teva. So Hanufa asked him, what's going to be my benefit? He says, from today on, we're going to split. We're going to share. All the benefits that I'm gaining by lying, by sheker, I'm going to give you half. And all the benefits you're going to get by flattering, by Hanufa, I'm going to get half. So they got married. They did chuppah and Kidushin. הכל בשקר. But they did Hanufa and Kidushin. קצת חנופה, קצת שקר. They got married. And they had a baby. You know what's the name of this baby? Politician. Politics came out of it. So sheker and Hanufa gave birth to the politics. Can we deal with politics? We're dealing with Torat Emet. We're not dealing with politics. Also, when we're dealing with kashrut, we're not dealing with politics. We don't want to do politics. We don't want to do anything which involves with politics. We're trying to stay away from. But we're working very hard to uplift the standard of the kashrut and to have the match according to the Sephardic tradition, according to the Sephardic heritage. Baruch Hashem, today the Sephardic community in Queens, maybe it's the majority. I don't know, but it's a large community. Cannot ignore it anymore. Al titosh Torat imecha. We have a masoret. We have to follow our masoret. Our parents, our great-great-parents, they accepted upon themselves the rules and the laws according to the Shulchan Aruch, according to the Beit Yosef. And today that we have a bedin by ourselves, We cannot be mevutal anymore. That's it. That's a kehila by itself. It's a bedin by itself. Or we got to follow our tradition. So Baruch Hashem, we managed to have one store in Queens that is selling basar Bet Yosef. Is selling Bet Yosef according to the highest standards possible. We checked into this store, and we know for sure he's doing a great job. Himself, the person is known as an honest person. He's dealing with kashrut himself, was dealing with kashrut himself for a long time. And now he's doing it as a service to the community, also as a business. But we checked into the store, into the product, together with other kashruyot, and Baruch Hashem, we can say to the tzibur, Baruch Hashem, we have a place that all of us can trust, all of us can rely on this place. The meat is sells over there, it's Bet Yosef, to the highest standards. You know that there are some product that they so-called Bet Yosef. There's different opinions also of how to define Bet Yosef. We're not taking the lenient opinions of what Bet Yosef is. We're taking the most highest standard of Bet Yosef, according to Momaran Rabbeinu Ovadia Yosef, and according to the opinion of Bet Yosef himself. That's what we follow. And Baruch Hashem, he's willing to take this direction and have the highest standards of Bet Yosef in his store, and that's a great news for our community. So it's going to be available not just in one location. Queens is a big place. Yeah, it's a ayir by itself, it's a whole ayir. So it's not enough to have one store in a large city. B'ezrat Hashem, I wish that we're going to have more and more stores like this, that they're going to sell Bet Yosef, or at least we're going to have Bet Yosef available in a good availability, that everyone can go anywhere nearby and buy Bet Yosef. B'ezrat Hashem. Our topic today is the topic of shiduchim. We're going to talk about an interesting halacha. Rambam, פרק ו' מהלכות זכייה ומתנה, הלכה כ"ד. Says the Rambam, הורו רבותיי. I've got it from my rabbis. Rambam usually doesn't start halacha this way. That's an interesting halacha. It does not come clear from the Gemara. It comes from Mahari Migash, who was the Rav of Rambam and some of the Geonim. Says the Rambam, הורו רבותיי, שאם היה מנהג המדינה, שהארוס עושה סעודה. Arus, we're talking about a person who got married and he did just Kidushin, as they used to do in the olden days, Kidushin only, with no chuppah, no sheva berachot. They did just the Erusin, what Chachamim called it's Kidushin. So they did the Kidushin, and it was a minhag that the Hatan is making a seudah, is making a nice meal, and he's calling his friends, they're celebrating together. And he pays money for the food, for the hazanim, for the shamashim, for the waiters, for the singers. He pays money. So he had a high expense of this sa'udah, which they did for this Kidushin. And then what happened? The Kala changed her mind. A month later, 2 months later, sometime after the Kidushin, the Kala have changed her mind. She didn't want to marry him. She didn't want to go to the huppah to finalize the marriage connection between her and her husband. She's considered a Eshet Ish. She's already married. She got the ring from him. It was before 2 witnesses. He told her, "Re'at mikudeshet li b'taba'at zo kedat Moshe v'Yisrael." She is mikudeshet. She is a Eshet Ish. If she regrets now, she can't just go home. She has to get a get. He has to give her a get. וכתב לה ספר כריתות ונתן בידה ושילחה מביתו. She must accept the get. But we're not talking about now the divorce process. Yes, if she wants to get a get, he's willing to give her the get. But now he claims from her the expenses. He spent money. He did a whole meal. He celebrated. And he paid money for the food, for the hazanim, for the shamashim. He had a whole expense. Let's give a number just to make the story more clear. Let's say he had an expense of $10,000 for this sa'udah. And now he comes over to her and he says, "Okay, you're changing your mind. very nice. You don't want to get married. Fine, I'm going to give it a get, but pay me my expense. Pay me the money that I took out for this meal. I relied on you. I did this order for us to go to the chuppah afterwards, to finalize the marriage connection, to get married completely, and to go home to live as a husband and wife together, to build a family together. I didn't spend this money just for a temporary celebration or for the moment of the celebration. I wanted you as a wife, and I wanted to build Beit Ne'eman B'Yisrael. Now that you're changing your mind, if I knew that you're changing your mind, I wouldn't spend this money. I wouldn't go and make a whole seudah and spend so much money if I knew you're going to change your mind. So now, I'm going to give it a get, but pay the expenses. What's the halacha? Does she have to pay him? Talking about that was the custom. The minhag was that the man, the hatan, he is the one who's doing the seudah. That's the minhag of the Medina. Everyone does that. Once they got engaged meaning Kidushin, the hatan does such a seudah. That's the minhag. And he did the seudah because of this minhag. Now that she changed her mind, he claims the expense. He wants her to pay him the money. Says the Rambam, she have to pay him the full expense, whatever he took out. If he has idim, he has to prove it. If he's going to claim I spent $50,000, we're not going to have to believe him. You got to prove it. But once it's proved, he brought witnesses, we know exactly how much it cost him, and he spent the money according to the minhag of Medina, she needs to pay him for this expense. That's what the Rambam is writing. That's the halacha according to Rambam. Ravad disagree with Rambam. And Ravad is quoting a Gemara. It's actually Mishnah in the beginning of Amocher et HaPerot Bava Batra Tzadik Bet. Mishnah says over there, Amocher Perot LaHavero Uzra'an. If a person sold his friend, the Gemara explains we're talking about seeds, not fruits, but seeds. Seeds of fruits to plant it. And Gemara explains that we're talking about such seeds that usually they're not edible. It's not being sold to eat them. It's being sold for the purpose of planting them. So he sold them these kind of seeds. And the person went and planted seeds. And he is expected to have a harvest, to have a whole sadeh, a whole pardes growing from these seeds. But the seeds were not good. And nothing grew out of this. The whole thing was wasted. And he had expenses. He had to hire workers. He had to plant, to plow, to plant, to work hard. He put some organic materials in order to make it growing. He had expenses. And now he comes back to the seller and he tells him, you sold me damaged product. The product you sold me was not good. And the seller is trying to get out of it. He said, whatever, I sold you as is. We didn't have any clear condition between us. You didn't tell me you want to plant it. I don't know what you want to do with this. Maybe you want to use it for something else. What's the halacha? Does he have to pay for the expenses, or he doesn't have to pay for the expenses? Gemara brings a mahloket over there, but the halacha, the conclusion is that he doesn't have to pay for the expenses. He has to pay him only for the seed itself, for the zra'im. He sold him zra'im. These zra'im are unedible. People not eating them. Everyone knows if you buy zra'im, it's to be zori'ah the zra'im. That's the purpose for zra'im. Most people, that's what they do. So even though, although they didn't have any clear condition between themselves, but since that's the normal way, that's the usual way that people buying zra'im for, they're buying it to plant it, so therefore he's going to pay only for the zra'im. Let's say the zra'im cost him $1,000, he's going to pay him back the $1,000. But he had expenses. His expenses were $5,000. He doesn't have to pay him for the expenses. He pays him only for the zra'im. And what's the reason? The reason is, it's called grama. Grama b'nezikin patur. What does it mean, grama? Grama, it's not something that he caused, he damaged by himself with his own hands. He didn't took the money of this buyer and damaged that. He caused him to spend money. The buyer spent money, believing, assuming that the seeds he's planting going to grow, is going to make money out of it. So the seller didn't damage his money. He didn't took money out of this buyer's pocket and burn it. He didn't damage him with his own hands. He caused him to spend money, and this money was wasted. That's called grama. Grama b'nezikin patur. He doesn't have to pay. Rambam himself agree with this halakha. Rambam is pasking this halakha. Shulchan Aruch is pasking this halakha. So what happened over here? Why the Rambam says that the kala has to pay to the hatan? Did she went and spent his money? Did she went and took his money and burned it? Did she damage him with her own hands? She caused him to spend money. He spent money on his own. Nobody forced him to spend this money. He wanted to spend this money. He went, he took the expenses, he paid the money, and by her regretting, she caused him a loss. So that's called gerama. And she has to be patur. Why is the Rambam paskin she's hayav over here? That's the question, that's the hasaga of Ravad on the Rambam's opinion. And therefore, Ravad, based upon this Gemara, Ravad's conclusion is that the kala is patur. She doesn't have to pay her husband the expense he took out on this engagement party. Magid Mishneh is meyashev Rambam's opinion. What's the hiluk? Says Magid Mishneh. There is a hiluk between the Gemara and Baba Batra and this halakha that the Rambam is calling over here. The hiluk is as follow. Person who bought the seeds to plant them, he wanted to make money out of it. He planted them with the intention to benefit. He spent money. While he was spending the money, when he paid the workers, or when he bought the organic, the zevel chimi to help the seeds to grow, he had in his mind the idea that he's investing in this product and he wants to make money out of it. He did it for himself. He didn't do it for someone else. He didn't do it for the seller. He did it for himself, for him to benefit from this investment. And unfortunately, something was wrong with the product and the seeds did not grow. So the expense that he took out, we're telling him, you did it for yourself. The expense, what you invested in this product, the money that you took out to make this grow, you did on your own. And therefore, the seller doesn't have to pay your expense. The seeds that you bought, that was damaged, the product wasn't good, is going to pay you back the money that you gave him for the product. But the expense that you have on your own to make it grow, to benefit, this is you did on your own, and you don't have to pay you. But here the Hatan, when he did this party, the engagement party, did he do it to benefit? He wanted to make money out of this meal. He was selling tickets. He was trying to make a fundraising in this meal. He didn't do he didn't have any intention to benefit from this seudah. He did it according to the minhag. That's the minhag. Once they have an engagement, he's supposed to make such a seudah. And he relied on her doing the seudah that she's going to marry him in the end. So by her changing her mind, that is that's called a damage, and it's not grama, it's called garmi. There is a difference between grama and garmi. It's a huge sugya. פרק הגוזל את העצים, דף צדיק ח', דף ק', בבא בתרא כ' ב'. It's a huge sugya. What's grama and what's garmi? We're not going to get into the whole sugya of grama and garmi. We can talk about it for a whole week, and Rabbi Walking can talk about it 2 weeks. But we're going to give an example what grama is, what garmi is. Shulchan Aruch, Hoshe Mishpat, Siman Shin Pei Vav, is talking about the laws of garmi. One of the examples over there If a person sells שטר חוב לחברו וחזר ומחלו, quote from the Gemara, המוכר שטר חוב לחברו וחזר ומחלו. What does it mean? Reuven owes Shimon $100,000, and he gave him a shtar. It's called a shtar chov. In this shtar, the shtar says Reuven owes to Shimon $100,000. There are two witnesses. It's a shtar mekuyam. Beth put a handpick on this shtar that it's a good shtar, it's a true shtar, shtar mekuyam. Usually, shtar like this has a value in the market. If you go on a market and trying to sell a shtar like this, it has a value. The amount on the shtar is $100,000. But the date of the piraon, it's not today. It's next year. There's a whole year to wait in order to be able to get the money. Today, the shtar's value is a little bit less from the amount. Let's say you go on the market to sell it today, you're going to get $80,000. The buyer is an honest person, he has a good reputation, he has a good credit, he has assets. The one who buys the shtar knows he has where to get the money from, so the shtar has value. So what happens? Reuven owes to Shimon $100,000. Shimon owns the shtar now, he holds it in his hands. He goes on the market and he sells it to Levi for $80,000. Levi bought the shtar from Shimon, he paid $80,000 for the shtar. What's going to happen now? Levi is going to wait a year, and when the date of the piraon is going to come, he's going to go to Reuven and he's going to get his money. How much is going to get? $100,000. So Levi made $20,000. Is this kosher or not? Is this kosher business? Yes, this is kosher business. It's not called ribit. Why? He sold them a shtar with a true value. The shtar has a value by the time of the sell time of the shtar has a value. And that's not called a loan. He didn't give him a loan. Ribit is only on the loan. If you're lending money to someone and you're charging him interest, or you are setting an amount that is going to pay you extra from the money you're lending, that's called ribit. But over here, Shimon was not lending Levi the money. Levi was not lending Shimon any money. Levi was buying a product from Shimon. He bought a shtar. A shtar has a value. So therefore it's not ribit. And that's a good solution for people who want to do a loan. Not a loan, but they want to get money they want to pay. The person is not going to give them the money for free. They want to pay, but they don't want to do ribit. So what they can do, let's say you have a brother, he has a good reputation, he's an honest person, he has assets. Tell him to write you a shtar for $100,000. And the date of the piraon will be next year. And now you go to the lender and you tell him, listen, I don't want to borrow money for you, but I want to sell you this shtar. You know my brother? He's an honest person. You know you're going to get you money. Give me $80,000 for this shtar. Give me $90,000 for this shtar. This is a kosher sale. He sells him a shtar now with a true value. And later on, the buyer is going to go and get the money from your brother, $100,000. So he made $10,000 profit. He made $20,000 profit, but it's not ribit. It's a product that he bought, and now it's the time of him to sell and to get his money. Now, there is another הלכה. המוכר שטר חוב לחברו וחזר ומחלו. What happened? Shimon, after he sold the shtar to Levi, he went to Reuven and he told him, Reuven, my dear friend, you owe me $100,000, right? I have good news for you. I'm mochel the loan for you. I forgive you. You don't have to pay me anymore $100,000. You don't have to pay me a penny. Reuven is jumping out of joy. Sameach betov lev. He just got a gift, $100,000. But who's losing over here? Levi. Levi paid for this star $80,000. So he sold him something, and he caused the damage to this star. This star is not valid anymore. Has no value. The value evaporated by him being mochel the star to someone else. The value of the star is evaporated. That's it. It's not worth anything now anymore. Haspa be'alma. Latzur al pizza lo hito. That's it. What's the halacha? Can he do something like this or not? It's a mahloket. But the halacha is, yes, he can do it. המוכר שטר חוב לחברו וחזר ומחלו, מחול. What's going to happen now? After he forgive the money, Levi is going to go back to Shimon. You sold me a star, and he caused the damage to this star. Pay for it. What's the halacha? He has to pay him. That's called garmi. That's not called grama. That's called garmi. He didn't just cause him a damage. It's more than causing the damage. It's mamash that the damage is connected to him. Yeah? That's called garmi, and he has to pay for it. That's an example just to understand the difference between grama and garmi. So says the Rav Magid over here that the laws of the Seudah, this shiduchin, the Hatan did such a meal, he took out such an expense, relying on her getting married to him, and in the end she changed her mind, she regretted, and she didn't want to get married. That's not called grama, that's called garmi, and therefore she has to pay the amount of the meal according to her Rambam. In a Gemara, Baba Batra Daf Tzadik Gimel Amud Beit, over there the Gemara is bringing another example of a Seudah. If someone order a Seudah from a catering, let's say, he wanted to do a birthday party, let's say. Someone wanted to do a birthday party, and he went to a catering, and he ordered food for 100 people, and he waited. The day of the birth, the day of the celebration came, and the Seudah was damaged. The food that he sent him was spoiled. He sent him spoiled food, or he did not deliver the food. There is an opinion of the Gemara, Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel, that says he has to pay him the meboshto uboshet orhav. He caused them an embarrassment. This guy went and invited 100 people to this meal, and he wanted to respect them, to honor them with a beautiful celebration, good meal, and now he caused them such a huge embarrassment. Says Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel over there, he needs to pay him the meboshto uboshet orhav. He needs to pay him for this embarrassment. Says the Gemara, it's not the halacha. Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel is the one that says that if you sell seeds to your friend to plant them, you don't pay him just, and it was damaged and didn't grow, you don't pay him only for the seeds, you pay him also for the expenses. So it's a similar idea. Over here, the Seudah that he did, it's an expense. He took an expense. You don't pay him for the embarrassment. The embarrassment, it's not something you pay. The food, if you pay for the food, you pay him for the food. You give him the money back for the food. But the embarrassment, that's already like a benefit. That's already another expense that he had. And you don't have to pay for that. So according to a Rambam, who's pasking that you don't have to pay for the expense you had on the seeds. Seudah seems to be a similar idea. Why you have to pay for the expense of the Seudah? That's the question of Lehem Mishneh over here. And Lehem Mishneh explains there is two kinds of Seudot. A Seudah that a person is doing for his own kavod, or even if he does a Sa'udah which is called Sa'udat Mitzvah, this Sa'udah has benefits. What's the benefit? He's getting kavod, or he's getting a mitzvah. He's doing Sa'udat Mitzvah, he's doing Siyum Masechet. Abayel says, any tzova merabanan who's going to tell me I finished the Masechet, Avil Nales Yomat Tava. I will do for him a Siyum, I will do for him a Sa'udah. The Sa'udat Mitzvah to do Siyum Masechet. So he finished Masechet Bava Batra, or now it's what's stuff for Yomi, now it's Zvahim. No, he finished Masechet Zvahim, and he wants to do Sa'udat Siyum. Yes, it's a Sa'udat Mitzvah. So by him going and taking an expense on this Sa'udah, is gaining something. What's he gaining? He's gaining a mitzvah. Or if he's doing a birthday party for himself, he's gaining something. What's he gaining? Kavod. Baruch Hashem, people came, celebrated with him. So that is called also that he invested on something that he's benefiting from. He took out an expense, he had an expense, he paid money for the Sa'udah, but he did it for himself. But the Hatan, who did the engagement party, he paid the Sa'udah for his own kavod. He did it because that's the custom. That's the minhag. Minhag ha-medina. If he's not going to do a Sa'udah like this, that's going to be an embarrassment. People are going to say, what's going on? What's going on with these families? Why are they not doing any celebration that they got married? They don't celebrate where they get married. We're supposed to celebrate. Everyone is doing a Sa'udah. Everyone is doing a party. And all of a sudden, this couple doesn't do anything. That's going to be an embarrassment for him if he's not going to do it. So he's not gaining kavod. He's sticking to the rules. He's sticking to the customs. And therefore, is not considered a Sa'udah that he's benefiting from. He relied on her. He did the Sa'udah with the intention that she's going to marry him. They're going to go under the chuppah after it. And she changed her mind. Therefore, she has to pay for it. We're gaining another halacha from this Lehi Mishneh. What if the Hatan didn't do a regular Sa'udah? Let's say the custom is they do a Sa'udah with the average of expense of $10,000. Give an example. But he splurged. He did a Sa'udah $100,000. Best flowers, best. We did it in Hilton, in Manhattan. He hired the best singer, the best photographer, the best food, the best show, the best this, the best that, and he paid $100,000. I don't know prices, maybe $100,000 for this event. It's cheap, but he spent much more than the average. No one or most people, they don't do such an engagement party. But he's a rich man, and he wanted to show off. He wanted to feel good. He wanted to make it clear to everyone that he has the money and he can do it. Now he's gaining kavod. Everyone comes to this party and they say, oh, wow, look at this man. Look how he's celebrating. Look how he appreciates the kala. Look how he's, they're giving him kavod now. So that's the Sa'udah of kavod. It's not a Sa'udah that he's doing just for the custom. And now the kala changed her mind. What happened? $100,000 evaporated. She doesn't have to pay him $100,000. What does she have to pay her? To pay him? She said $10,000. What's the custom is? The custom is to do a small Sa'udah. And he went and he did a big Sa'udah. So he takes the expense on himself. She doesn't have to pay for it. Why? He did it for his own kavod. He gained from this Sa'udah. He didn't do it for her or for the custom. He did it for his own kavod. He was benefiting. He did it for himself. He took out the money out of his pocket on his own. Nobody forced him to do it. Therefore, she doesn't have to pay for such a huge Sa'udah. There is another halacha similar to this. It brought in Shulchan Aruch, סימן של"ג. תשים אותו מראש וגמרנו. סימן של"ג. Shulchan Aruch says over there, האומר לאומן לעשות לו כלי וחזר בו, which means, let's say you go to a carpenter and you ordering from him a kitchen. You want cabinets, you want such a doors, you want glass by the doors, you want the upper cabinet, the bottom cabinet, you want shelves, you want drawers. You're ordering a specific product from him. It's a custom made. It's not something that he can sell afterwards to someone else. It's with this exact size of your kitchen. You have a special angle over there. He's cutting the wood in a specific way. And after he did the whole work for you, you're changing your mind. You don't want to take this product. האומר לאומן לעשות לו כלי וחזר בו. What's the הלכה? says שולחן ערוך, חייב לשלם לו מה שהפסידו. Which means, whatever losses he's going to have out of this product, you're going to have to pay for it. comes רבי עקיבא איגר, יש תשובות רבי עקיבא איגר, סימן קל"ד. רבי עקיבא איגר בשאלות תשובות כמה, סימן קל"ד. And he's asking, this uman, this carpenter, he spent money. Did he did it for himself to benefit, or he did it because it's the custom? Why did he spend money on this product? To benefit from it. There's no custom to build kitchens. Yeah, he wants to benefit. He goes and he buys the woods, he buys the material, and he puts his labor, and he's working, and he gives his time, and he does all this, and he pays money, and he has expenses. He does all this for what? To benefit. So why, if he's doing it for his benefits, why the customer has to pay him if he changes his mind? That's called grama. According to what the Rabbi Magid is telling us, there is a difference if he did it for himself, for his own benefit, or if he did it because it's the custom. Over here, he didn't do it because it's a custom. He did it because he wants to benefit. If he wants to benefit and he took the money out of his pocket on his own, the buyer, the customer, just caused him to take money out of his pocket, and is causing him now to lose it, but he didn't went and damaged the cabinet by himself. If he came with a hammer and broke the whole thing, or he took it and smashed it and crashed it, okay, he damaged it with his own hands. His mazik, Adam mazik, has to pay. But over here, he just caused him, by regretting, by changing his mind, he caused him a loss. That's a gerama. If he did it because it's the minhag and he did it for him, that's called garmi. But if he did it on his own, that's called gerama. If he did it to benefit from it, it's a gerama, it's not garmi. So why is hayav over there? The source of this halakha is harosh, and Shulchan Aruch is passing like a rosh. Why? According to what the Rabbi Magid is telling us over here, there is a huge difference. Similar halakha to this we see in Rosh ומשפט, סימן ל"ט. Asma, Sefer Meirat Einayim, is bringing an interesting halakha. If a person wants to borrow money from his friend, he's going to his friend, asking him, listen, I want to borrow from you $10,000. So he says to him, okay, you know what? I'm willing to give you $10,000. Go, prepare a contract, prepare a shtar, that I can give you the money. I'm not going to give you the money with no shtar. And by the way, this is an halakha. Everyone should know that. You don't lend money to no one without a shtar. You got to have a shtar. You got to have witnesses. Even if it's your friend, close friend. Even if it's your family member. You love him very much. You want to help him. But you're not allowed, it's halakha, we're not allowed to lend money if you're not getting a shtar or witnesses. Why? That's called Ifnei Iver Lo Titen Michshol. Now you're lending him the money, tomorrow he's going to forget. Or tomorrow Yitzchak is going to get the best out of him, and he's going to change his mind, he's not going to want to pay, or he's going to try to get out of it. What causes him to try to run out of it? There's no shtar, there's no proof, he can get your money back. So there's an issur to lend money to someone if you don't have a shtar from him. There's a story in the Gemara. Two Amoraim, they were sitting in Beit HaMidrash learning. And one came to his friend and says, listen, I need money to buy, I have a good eska, I want to buy a field, it's a good price now, I need you to lend me the money. So he said, okay, write me a shtar. Put a shtar with the idim, I'm going to lend you the money. And he asked him, can you trust me? I'm learning with you in the yeshiva. We're talking about Amoraim, Kedoshei Alyon. We don't have we cannot even, לא מכילים בדעתנו גודל האמוראים. He said to him, Adrabah, because you're learning Torah, so your mind is in the Torah, it's not in the money. You're going to forget. Write me a shtar, I'm going to lend you the money. Okay. So the lender now tells the borrower, you want to borrow money from me? Go prepare a shtar. Okay. He goes to the writer, he writes him a shtar, or he asks for a contract. He said, get me a contract from a lawyer that I know I can get my money back. So he goes, and he hires a lawyer, and he's drafting a contract for him. A beautiful contract. The borrower is paying the lawyer's expenses. And now he goes back to the lender. So, okay, here's the contract. Here's the shtar. I paid $500 for this. Now everything is ready. Please, lend me the money. So he says to him, you know what? I cannot lend you the money anymore. I had a deal. I had to buy some product. Something came in, and I cannot lend you the money. Says the Sma, he has to pay him the expense of the contract. Give him the $500 expense that he had to pay the lawyer or to pay the sofer to prepare the stuff for you. So ask Rabbi Akiva Eiger, did he do it? He did it because it's a custom, or he did it because he wanted to benefit? He did it for himself. He wanted to benefit from this. He wanted to borrow money. He needed money. So he did the shtar because he wanted to benefit. He took the money from his pocket on his own. So the lender is just causing him to lose money. He didn't damage him beyadayim, so why does he have to pay? It's two similar halachot that we see that he has to pay even if he is benefiting from it. That's the question of Rabbi Akiva Eiger. Rabbi Akiva Eiger is metaretz the kushia, beautiful terut, says Rabbi Akiva Eiger. There is a difference if we telling the person to do something or if he did it on his own. The example in the Gemara, Bavot Tzadik Bet, when the seller sold the seeds to the buyer and they didn't grow, did he told him, go spend money on this seed? He didn't tell him to spend money on this seed. So here comes the hiluk of Rav Magid. He spent the money on his own. The seller didn't tell him to spend the money. If he did it to benefit from it, it's patur, it doesn't have to pay him. The Kala told the Hatan, go make a celebration for me, make a party for me. She didn't tell him to do it. The Hatan did it on his own because that's the custom. So here comes the hiluk. If he didn't do it to benefit from it, she has to pay for it. But in these two cases that we just mentioned, Siman Shin Lamed Gimel and Siman Lamed Tet Basma, Halokeach Keli Min Ha'uman, the one who went and ordered the kitchen cabinet from the carpenter, or a suit from the tailor. The tailor sold the suit for him on his own. He ordered it. He told him, Aseli Keli, make for me this kli, make for me this kitchen cabinet, make for me this suit. So he tells him tax and expenses. He is asking for it. Also the lender, when he told the borrower, go make a contract and I'm going to lend you the money, he's ordering him, he's telling him, go spend money. Go to the lawyer, make a contract, come back to me, I'll lend you the money. So the guy went and spent the money according to his word. When he spends the money according to his word, he has to pay for it. Even if he's benefiting from it. Even if he did it with the intention to gain something out of it. He has to pay for it. Why? He said it. He asked for it. That's the answer of Rabbi Akiva Eiger. And we learn from Rabbi Akiva Eiger another halacha. What if the kala told the hatan, you want to make an engagement party? I want you to make it in Hilton. And I want the best singer. And I want the best photographer. And I want a beautiful party. And I want to have such an event that everybody's going to come out and says, wow. And then she changed her mind. What's going to be then? She's going to have to pay for it. The full amount, $100,000. Even though the hatan did it and he gained kavod and he had a benefit from it. But once she ordered it, once she said it, and he spent the money according to what she's asking for, there is no more the hiluk if he's benefiting from this meal or he's not benefiting from this meal. She ordered it, she has to pay for it. מוצא שפתיך תשמור ועשית. יהי רצון שנזכה תמיד שיהיו השמחות שלמים בעם ישראל, יהיו זיווגים טובים והגונים, יזכו להקים בתים נאמנים בישראל, אמן ואמן.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.